Hi, everyone. Let me start off with this quote. Let me start off with this quote. Feeling compassion for ourselves is in no way oh, sorry. Feeling compassion for ourselves is in no way releasing us from responsibilities for our action. Rather, it releases us from the self-hatred that prevent us from responding to our life with clarity and balance. And this is a quote by Tara. And the reason why I wanted to start off with this quote is because a lot of times people think giving having self-compassion means you're letting yourself off the hook or like a bunch of different things. And so I want to let you know that is not the case. You are not letting yourself off the hook when you experiencing or when you are in the journey of developing self-compassion. Now, I do want to say that I do appreciate if you haven't seen my first video where I talk a little bit about self compassion and I go into a little bit more about it. You can check out my other live. But with this live here, I really want to focus on I am burping like crazy. I want to focus on three components today. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you when it comes to becoming self compassionate. And so you are not letting yourself off the hook because self compassion gives us strength and safety. We need to be able to see the mistakes instead of hiding from them. And that is what self compassion allows us to do. We're able to see the mistakes, our mistakes, instead of hiding from them. And so this is why you're not letting yourself off the hook in any way. Hi, thank you all. Uh, Hi. I could never see the name when persons pop in and say hi. Thank you. Hi. Hi. I can say K. Hi K. um, because yeah. How are you? Let me know where you're tuning in from. Uh, oh yeah, no problem. Anytime. Anytime. And so yeah. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, really self compassion. Guys, I really have a story to share with you, but after I go through the three components when it comes to self compassion. Hi from Marlin. Hi in the US. Hi, yes. How are you? How are you today? We are talking about having self compassion. And so I'm going to go through this. But for those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Queen. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Tennessee. Okay, nice. Tennessee in the house, Marilyn in the house. Okay. Nice. Thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe because this is what I'm doing. If you on a personal growth journey, if you just want to develop yourself, guys, if you just want a different outcome, because for a long time you've been doing the same thing over and over, hoping for something different, but not seeing it, right? And so what you need to do is your input need to be different in order to see a different output, right? So change your input to see a different output. Oh, I subscribe. Thank you. Hi. Hi. So yeah, it is. There are three components that I wanted to touch on when it comes to being self-compassionate. I do want to say it is not letting yourself off the hook. So don't even think about, oh, I'm going to be letting myself off the hook. I'm going easy on myself. No, self compassion allows you to identify the things that you need to work on, especially, right? And so, I'm so excited. So, listen to this self compassion is to own who we are, including our mistakes. I really want you to understand that we need to own our mistakes and shortcoming and at the same time enable us to see the part of our strength and growth. So when you're talking about self compassion, it will allow us to not just hide our mistakes, but own them and realize that we can, because of our mistakes that we made, guys, there is strength in that knowledge. Like we know where to go from where not to go now. And so There's three components when it comes to self-compassion. The first one is self-kindness, which is pretty straightforward, right? Why self-kindness? We will get into it. The second one is common humanity. And the third one is mindfulness. So those are the three components that we need. Your accent is beautiful. Uh, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So those are the three components we need. And let me just state why we need those three components. So when you're dealing with self-kindness, right? When you're experiencing self-criticism, anyone here, let me know in the chat if you're watching the replay, type replay, and also let me know if you experience self-criticism. Just simple yes will do. And here on the live, have you experienced self-criticism? Yes, exactly. We all listen. This is something that I have been working on, and I'm sure we all have been struggling in this area where we just criticize ourselves, right? And so this is why this one is so important. So when you experience self-criticism, you can respond with its opposite, which is self-kindness. So now when I try to criticize myself, I realize because I'm aware of this, I switch it off one time and be like, no, 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 no. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. This is not you speaking. Like, who is this? I don't recognize that person. And I switch it immediately because I don't want to put those negative things in my brain and out in the universe because those negative energy will come back to you. And I always say, whatever you think becomes your reality. So if you keep thinking negatively about yourself, then exactly what will happen. So I do want to say that. So that is the first component, and that is the reason why, because when we're on this journey, we're gonna criticize ourselves. But the key is self-kindness. When we start to criticize ourselves, we just need to remember that, right? The next one is when you feel like you are isolated. A lot of the times, especially I can talk for myself in the beginning of motherhood and like all these different things, and people naturally just feel isolated. When you feel isolated, I want you to look towards its healthy opposite. And this healthy opposite is common humanity. Just know that you are not the only one going through this. You're not the only one feeling isolated. You are not the only one in this situation. There is probably thousands of persons going through the same exact thing you're going through, and you are not alone. So please do not isolate yourself when these things happen. And the other one is when you notice yourself becoming overwhelmed. When you notice yourself becoming overwhelmed with all these emotions, you can pivot to a mindful awareness of experience instead. So that is where mindfulness comes in. And I just wanted to share those with you because earlier today, I'm a mom for those of you who don't know. Earlier on today, my baby boy, he was doing the most. Very excited, have a lot of energy. I'm like, okay. And it was around his nap time. Actually, it was beyond his nap time. I was like, you need to go and take a nap. And I realized that I was just feeling a lot, like I was feeling overwhelmed with everything that happening in my mind when I was thinking, and my baby reacting the way he was reacting. And I can feel myself getting overwhelmed. And I had to revert back to mindfulness. No, I'm aware of that. Before, I'm going to be honest, before I wasn't aware of it, and I would have raised my voice, one, because he was doing something he's not supposed to be doing. But keep in mind, he's 2 years old, like, but I would raise my voice, and yeah, he like there's so much things I probably would have done, but because I was aware of my feelings, that overwhelming feeling, I was able to bring back myself. Like I always say to level one and be like, breathe, breathe. Like and look at the situation, admire what is going on, and see my baby boy in a different light. And so, because of that, because I was more aware of my situation, guess what? No, I didn't shout. No, I didn't do anything. I did give him a hug. And eventually he went and sleep. And I am so grateful that I didn't shout at him, because after you shout, you feel bad, you have to apologize, like all these different things. And I'm not saying that if you do slip one day, like it's the end of the world. No, it's not. So don't feel bad. But I'm just saying, the more we practice these things, the more we practice self kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness, the better chances we have will be becoming like more um having self compassion. And so I do want to say, by practicing these three components, I did some research and I say by practicing these three components, it helps release a feel good hormone, right? And it's natural. It's a natural opioid. Like, boy, I can't even pronounce these words, all these fancy words. But basically, all these natural things that increase our sense of safety and well-being. And so just by practicing the self-awareness, common humanity, and mindfulness. And I just really wanted to come on and share that with you guys, because it has really transformed this short time that I have been practicing these things. It has really transformed my understanding of self-compassion, and also just being able to, because I'm, can you see, hey, hi, hey, I, hey. Yeah, so because of this, I'm able to, y'all make me lose my train of thought. So yeah, I really just wanted to come on and share these three components of self-compassion with you. And those are the three things that will literally take you along as you remember those things, as you, because we always tend to criticize ourselves. Remember kindness, right? We tend to isolate ourselves a lot of the time. Remember common humanity, that a lot of people going through the same thing that we're going through, and you don't have to isolate yourself. And when we feel overwhelmed and just, oh my goodness, frustrated, remember that, remember the mindfulness, remember to be aware. So as we continue to be aware of our thoughts, of our surroundings, of the things that we say to ourselves and to others, guys, we become so much better when it comes to having self-compassion. And when you have more self-compassion, you tend to extend that to others, whether it be your spouse, your friends, or whoever it is. You're going to see you start treating people differently, because because you are treating yourself differently. You're being a friend to yourself, you're treating yourself with kindness, understanding. You basically are more aware of everything that is happening with, like, outside of you and inside of you as well, like all your thoughts or whatever the case might be. And because you're more aware of it, now you can address it, now you can change it. And as you practice that, you will become better over time. It's not going to happen overnight. You're still going to have crazy thoughts, you still might criticize yourself or whatever the case might be, but you're going to be aware of it, and being aware of it, now you can change something. So thank you guys for stopping on. Do you have any questions? Let me see what persons was saying so I can respond to you guys. Um ooh, how are you doing this? Okay. I'm trying to see like the chat. Where you go? Because I can't see everything here. Um Hi Brooke. Thank you for sharing. Are you a spiritual teacher? Okay, so one, I am just doing, I want to put this in the best way possible. I am doing the Lord's work. I'm following my passion, and I'm pleasing, like literally pleasing the Lord and also helping others. And so I started my journey with motherhood. As I become a mother, I went through something very difficult, and I actually forgot about the Lord. So I was one of those persons who forgot about the Lord and who blame him for a lot of things. And for that period of time, it was just a lot of pain and hate. And I realized that I cannot move forward without him. And so I started back my journey of loving, like getting to know him more. And on that journey, I started Mind Your Space, which is a podcast where I literally dedicated for mothers, where we share the things that we go through in life because motherhood or parenthood in general is not easy. And I share all of that on Mind Your Space podcast. It's on YouTube as well. But also, I wanted to develop myself, um, not just spiritually, but also like self development, my mindset, and all these things. So it's a combination of everything. I can't do any of this without my faith. So I'm just going to be honest with you. I realized that I really couldn't move forward without me building building back that relationship with my heavenly Father. And so yes. So I'm not like a spiritual teacher or anything, but I share with you what I have learned and how it has helped me. And I don't care what nobody say. Like whatever you believe in, that's good for you. But this is what I believe in. And so that's why I'm sharing it. And I feel really passionate about it because I know that I'm pleasing him, but I found my purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to help persons develop themselves to become better, who in whichever field that you choose to become better. But just know that on this channel, yes, I'm going to talk about God because he is a part of my journey and I can't leave that out for nothing. So yeah. So some days I do talk about scriptures that I read. Like this morning, since you asked that question, this morning I read uh do I need to remember all these things? But I basically read about, let me just say Abraham. It was Abraham, whatever the case might be. But it's when he was conceived, when his son was conceived, basically Ishmael. And oh, let me look at right here. You see the common scriptures right here. Since you asked that question, maybe I needed to share this. I don't know. Um, did I highlight it? Yeah, it says here. Um, And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael. And it says, Because the Lord had heard thy afflictions. And this is, yeah, because the Lord has heard thy afflictions. And I was like, that is like the only part I took away from that entire chapter, because a lot of the times we're going into something spiritual, right? Because a lot of the times whatever we going through in life, we feel like we alone going through it, and the Lord don't care because we're still going through it, right? And that scripture was just sharing with me that hey, the Lord is very aware of what you are going through currently. He knows exactly what you're going through, and in due time, don't worry. And sometimes it may not be what exactly you want, but it would be what you need in that specific time that he will give you. And so I had to realize that this morning, like he sees our afflictions, he sees the things that we struggle with so much on a day-to-day basis. And even this could be like on your self-development journey with self-compassion, like having compassion for yourself, loving yourself. Like he is seeing all of these struggles that we struggle with. Trust me, because he is the only person that knows us better than we know ourselves. Imagine that. And so for me, I have to rely on him with in whichever direction I go. He was always at the center. Don't matter what I'm doing, he's gonna be there. Hopefully, I probably went on a rant. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And to know, for those of you out there who feel like he's not there, he's not listening, he is. He's very aware. And I do want to just share that with you. So wherever you are on your personal growth journey, or you're just doing something and you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, the Lord is very aware of this and he knows how to help you. And that's why I rely on him, because he knows all of this. Do you guys have any more questions? I would love to answer them. I would love to answer them. But I don't see myself as like a spiritual teacher. I just share what I learn and on my journey to everyone, whether people agree or disagree. Because this is my journey. Just like my journey would be different from your journey. And so you might read the scripture and get something different from it, or you might read a book and get something different from it because we all like have things that we're working on, different things that we're working on this journey. So yeah. But go ahead and check out my podcast as well. So if you know of anyone who is currently pregnant or who is like really on like ready to give birth, yeah, share the podcast with them. It would really help them. And share this channel with them because not just the podcast, I post podcast episodes, I post videos about self development, and hopefully, I'm going to be posting a lot more on faith as well. So, yeah, where did I get saved? Okay, so like where did I? Well, I think I know what you mean. Where did I get saved? I was baptized. I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna just put it like that. So I'm a Christian because the reason why I don't want you to think that this particular denomination versus that particular denomination versus this particular. I just feel like, okay, I say I'm a Christian. I don't even have like saying, oh, I'm a Christian because a lot of people have this idea how Christians should be. And I'm like, no. And if you, especially not just saying I'm a Christian, but then if you narrow it down to a denomination or whatever, a religion, then it's like you're putting yourself in a box. But for me, I don't care what denomination or whatever it is. I always tell people you need to build your relationship with God. And I realized that when I was on my journey, I realized that my relationship is most important with Him, not at going to a building or whatever the case might be, which that is nice. But I need to build back my relationship with Him. And when I did that, everything changed. But yeah, but if you want to pay it off, like, oh, yeah, I'm a Christian. So I hope that answers your question. T_MK. Yeah. Are you, I would probably ask you the same question, but yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian as well. Yeah. I feel like nowadays with Christianity, it's just so different. Like everything is so different with social media and everything is just really different. So um what hoodie? I don't have a hoodie. Is it a hoodie, is it? How do I order your hoodie? Oh, what hoodie? This what are you talking about? Yeah, I feel like everything nowadays is a little bit different when it comes to Christianity or whatever. So I always encourage people. I say, listen, despite what the world's saying, what society's saying, I want you to focus on building your relationship with God. To me, that's the most important thing. So yeah, if you don't decide to go to church this Sunday, okay, like okay, um, I just want you to build your relationship with God because a lot of the times I go to these buildings and you go there for one thing, but the reality is there's so much things that happening that make you question a lot of stuff. And I just had to realize, hey, I am not going there for no one else but myself. And so when I'm in church or out of church, my my goal is to become closer to Heavenly Father. So yeah, we all we all members in the body of Christ. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and so as I said, like even on this my motherhood journey is God. Like without him, I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't do it. Without him building back myself, I couldn't do it without him. And so he would always be in the center of everything I talk about. And I am not ashamed to like talk about it. Before, I remember being ashamed. Now I'm not ashamed to mention, oh, it's him. He's the one that got me here. Like he is actually. And so I would encourage anyone to get to know him, and it will really enhance your journey. Trust me. But for those of you who new here, go ahead and subscribe, because when you see my face pop up again, you know, all right, it's me. Uh, Hopefully you get a look at it, because my hair might be different the next time you see me pop up on your timeline. So yes, and I try to go live every single day. Not on weekends though. That's family time. I'm just gonna go live from Monday to Friday up until giving birth. And then after I give birth, we could try to figure it out, because yes, we're not sure what's gonna happen. So stay tuned for that. Guys, do you have any more questions? Because I would love to answer any more questions. Whether it be about self-development, Christ, um, motherhood, parenthood. Yeah, any questions? Because literally that is what my YouTube channel is about. And I just want to encourage you. If you promise yourself something, please follow through with it. Like, despite whatever going on, if you promise, if you make a promise to yourself, I want you to follow through with it. If you say, hey, I'm gonna get up at this time, I want you to follow through with it. If you say, hey, I'm gonna exercise, I want you to follow through with this. If you say, hey, I'm gonna work on X, Y, and Z, I want you to follow through with it, despite whatever going on, because there will always be something happening. Trust me, there will always be some happening. So it's just easy to make excuses. I don't want you to make any more excuses. I want you to follow through. Thank you guys for the hearts. Really appreciate it. And liking the live and all of these good things. Thank you. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. Cause how do I order your hoodie? Cause I don't have this. Yeah, I know you say how did you order the hoodie? Um, that I listen. This is so bad because I'm like, this is what you call a hoodie. I had no idea. This I got it from the thrift, like thrift. I thrift, so I got it from like the thrift store. Yeah. So yeah, but before I go, for those of you who on, I was so, oh, thank you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate it. My goal is to build this community where I can help anyone who need motivation. You need, well, a lot of people need motivation, but motivation could go so far. You need a why. Yay, first like hi, thank you. Yeah, first like, thank you. Really appreciate. For those of you who on the live, go ahead and like the live. I really appreciate it. And so yeah, so I can't, you see, I lost my train of thought. You see, pregnancy brain is something else. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. So yeah, normally I push out content, but I decided to just go live and talk about it because it's a little bit easier on me with everything that is happening. And so I normally go live for at least a half an hour a day where I can talk to you guys. So you could get to know me. You can see my personality when I make mistakes, when I screw up and everything. So when you see my video, you kind of know, all right, even though the video might look like a cookie cutter, like, oh, it kind of look really put together, you know the person on the other end. It's me, Queenie. Hi. So I really wanted to build this community, my YouTube community, and share my entire journey with you in the hopes of not just in the hopes of helping others as well. Get started on something that they're passionate about. So yes, it's about building yourself, but when you build yourself, what are you gonna do with that? What are you creating for yourself? You know what I mean? And so it's all about becoming, guys. So for those of you who if you're watching the replay, go down and press replay and If this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe. Really appreciate it. I'm going to be growing this community, and that is a promise I made to myself, that I'm going to show up every day to go live up until giving birth, or 30 days, right? And despite what, even sometimes I'm on the couch and I am tired, guys. I am tired. But because I made that promise, I need to follow through with it. I need to follow through. Even if I come on for like 10 minutes, I'm gonna do it, because when I do that, you have no idea, when you live up to your word, the things that is do to my inside, I feel so much more empowered to do more. So I want you to live up to your word. If you made a promise to someone, if you make a promise to yourself, go ahead and live up to it. Especially if you make a promise to God, go ahead and do it. Like, when you continue to do these things, you're gonna see a huge change in your life. And I really just want to leave you with that. And also, just to summarize what we went through earlier on, for those of you who probably now coming on, we talk about having self-compassion. My last live that I did, if you go back on my channel, you would see my last live. You can look at it. But today I talk about three components that new subscriber here. Oh my goodness, mom of three. So I definitely read to you, girl. You see again? So you see my personality, it's coming, mama tree. So I have a toddler. He is sleeping. That's why I'm on live now. And look, I get so excited. This is the reason why I do this, guys. You have no idea. This brings me so much joy. It brings me a lot of joy. And to know that I can, if it's one person I can help, great. And I'm doing the Lord's work. Come on, good. I'm good. And so I have a toddler and one on the way. I can raise up. You probably any minute now it could pop. Like we I could pop like any minute now. So I'm gonna be doing this until that time happens. And go ahead and take a look at my content, and let me know what topics you would like to hear, whether it be on my podcast or just on my YouTube channel. Because, yeah, hi. Let me know what topics you would love to learn about, or you would love to hear, or something that you're working on. T_MK. You can comment it here so that way I can see it on the live. And my youngest one is breastfeeding right now. Praise God, so excited for you. Oh my goodness. Whoa! Oh, he's the youngest is one. Oh my goodness. Breastfeeding. Nice. Like, okay. Are you mixed? um with the love of God, yes. To be honest, um I listen, it don't really matter. I'm from the Caribbean, and people in the Caribbean, I would say we mix. We mix with all these different things. So I can't really like, oh, of course you can see the blackness in me, Indian, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Like, we in the Caribbean, we so mix up, it's like hard to say. So I could just say I'm from the Caribbean. So hopefully people could understand. Because when someone asks if I'm mixed, I'm like, I don't know how to answer that, because I don't even know what I mix with. If that's what I want to say. I mean, yeah. So I can't even say pronunciation. I said gonna try. um, but I'm so happy for you with your kids. So go ahead. Also, just let me know if you have a specific topic that you want to hear about. I would love to create content around that. And so after giving birth, I'm gonna start back creating my videos based on certain topics, especially for moms and in general when it comes to my podcast. And I will still be creating videos for my YouTube channel when it comes to faith and self development. So hopefully I can do some faith based. And when I say faith, it's not like, ooh, I'm going to be sitting down with my husband, like just having a conversation about the things that in this world, like anything. And so that will be, because it's really part of minding your space. So my brand is minding your space. How are you? What are you doing to become? That's what it is about mainly. And so part of it is motherhood, part of it is faith, and another one is self development. So all encompass was because it's my journey. I know that's a lot, guys, but go ahead and I wish I could pull this up because I know you see here. What's his name? Where are you from? Because I know you asked if I'm mixed, and the answer is yes. Um, Short, yes, cool. But where are you from? Let me know where you're from. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm Tila. It's Good Friday. It's Good Friday. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, you caught me off guard because I am just. Oh my goodness, like when it okay, being here in the States, I forget like all the holidays because I am just constantly being a stay-at-home mom as well. I Oh, I'm gonna go through all the questions and I'm gonna talk to you guys. But it says it's Good Friday. It says, may Jesus and His spirit be felt by everyone. God truly has made the biggest sacrifice for us, His Son and our Savior. Tila, thank you for that because I actually didn't realize it was Good Friday because I'm so caught up in like the motherhood and cleaning and doing all of these different things. Like the date, if I don't check my phone to see the date, then I am not aware of it. And so I knew it was like I knew Easter coming, like all right, cool. But it just like it wasn't there. And I do want to say that for those of you who on and especially who is well, I believe because people say, "Oh, your mom Jamaican, your dad Haitian." All those persons who talk about that is that I strongly believe that they believe in God because they come from the Caribbean. So yeah, most people in the Caribbean, yeah, they do believe in God. And so I do want to leave you with God. He did send His Son. He sent His Son for us. And I couldn't help because someone asked me on my live and I didn't understand why they asked that question. And they asked, I was talking about, I can't remember what I was talking about. Did they say, what would God say about PDD? And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I have no idea what's going on in the world with PDD. And when I came off, I did research and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And my answer is that God's love is there for us whether we want it or not. It is there. And so it's up to us to receive it. It's there. And that is why I would answer anyone if they ask something like that. Oh, did you think God loved this person or God loved that? His love is there for all of us. It's up to us to receive. Just like it's up to us to ask for forgiveness. It's up to us because when He sent His Son, Jesus Christ did atone for our sins, and it's up to us to take that in so that we can we can be forgiven. And so I do want to put that out. So Taylor, thank you so much for that. Thank you. If you're not part here, go ahead and subscribe because I'm doing like all these different things on my journey where it's not just motherhood, but it's faith and self-development as well. And so the next question is who is that? Richie? Who's I trying to see who's that. I can't even see who's that. My mom is okay. My mom is Jamaican and my dad is Haitian. Oh, nice. I mean, good food. Okay, I'm just really bad. Good food. Okay, cool. That's nice. So I am from Trinidad and Tobago. Actually, my mom. It's crazy. My mom is from Trinidad. My dad is from Saint Vincent. So in the Caribbean, just different islands. Come on to think about it. I don't ever tell my like people, oh, my dad is from St. Vincent. Yeah, but he is actually from St. Vincent and my mom is from Trinidad. And what's crazy is that, oh my goodness, we are so mixed up. We are so mixed up. Like my mom is from, like I say, my mom is from Trinidad. My dad is from St. Vincent. I am from Trinidad. My husband is from Guyana. I don't know if you know where Guyana is, but yeah. And so like Our kids is like, oh yeah, our our family is like from all over. It's like so crazy. You're really oh okay, you're really light, but you have some really pretty. I'm reading this and like I didn't realize. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I think is yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. My color. I think I'm the within my brothers and sisters. We all are. This is one thing I love about our people. Like our shades, the different shades. It's so beautiful. Like our features are so beautiful. And on this journey, on this motherhood journey as well, we're going through all of the things that we go through our body, our mind, like everything. We just go through a transformation, like a period where we just transform and we have to learn to love ourselves again. And a lot of the times when we see in the mirror, we don't like. But I want to tell you guys that you are beautiful. You are, despite whatever anyone say, whether it be a darker color, a lighter color, whether your hair long or it's short, whatever it is, like you was created in God's image and likeness. There is a reason why you look the way you look. And I don't care what nobody say. And for a long time, I struggle with my color. Um, I struggle because I was just too lighter than everyone around me. And I just didn't like it. I was like, why it could be just a shade darker? And so we always finding all these different things to compare ourselves with. But I want you to be comfortable in your body. Know that this is you was created in his image and likeness, and there's a reason why you look the way you look. And so, yes, I appreciate you, brother, for saying that. This is a sweet mix. Sorry, why am I reading these things out loud? Because um true, I'm gaining a huge appreciation. Um Appreciation for black women. I really appreciate you say that. You know? Thank you for saying that. Because there's not a lot of people would actually say something like that. And even admit that. And you wouldn't believe it was the same with me when it comes to when I start loving myself. Now, let me just say that you can be attracted to anyone, Papi. Would it be someone who looks very much different from you? That is okay. Like, that's your preference. Okay, cool, fine. By all means, go ahead and do it. But when I tell you, me personally, when I started on my journey and I realized and I look into who I am, like my hair and being able to appreciate black men as well. Like on the guys, I'm gonna be honest. Like on this journey, there's so much things that I didn't realize about myself and how much I look down at. I would say my people, like like my brothers. You know what I mean? And I realize how much they have to give, and I developed this way about me where I support. I support you. And I develop appreciation for my community. And when I see you doing something positive, oh my goodness, I am behind you. Now I'm behind anybody who doing something positive. But when it's especially my community, I'm not even gonna lie. I am cheering you on here. I'm here cheering you on just because I know the struggle. I know the struggle, and I want to be there to help. And so I appreciate you saying that because not a lot of person could actually admit that and see the beauty within our community. Not saying that you just have to like be with someone who looks like you. No, no, no. That's not the case. You could be attracted to anybody, but I appreciate everything. Thank you so much for saying you're beautiful. Yeah, fearfully and wonderfully made. Oh, listen, you go with preacher and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes, and I want people to appreciate that. I want, especially our community, because I have seen where we do things that we don't even realize that we're doing, that bring ourselves down in all these different ways. And over the years, and if you continue like that, there is so much to it, guys. And I don't want to get into all of it, but I'm just saying, appreciate you, appreciate who you are, okay? Because as T underscore MKC, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And as we appreciate those things, we become, guys, we become. There's so much things on your journey that you would be aware of when you start your journey. You never was aware of it before, but you're going to become aware of it and you're going to appreciate it. Trust me. So yes, thank you so much. I'm on here longer than I normally be on here. So because I'm getting feedback from you guys and just like communicating with you. So and the chest T underscore MK, you know how the chest burn, the chest what do you call it, chest burn? Yes, the chest burns and all these things that is be happening. So yeah. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it. Before baby boy get up, I'm gonna hop off so that I can get some rest, because when he get up, that's it there. When he get up, listen, everything is just whew, he is in his toddler stage, so he's moving around, and I cannot move that much. So yeah, I just need to prepare for him when he get up. So yeah, the heartburns, yeah, the heartburn, it's been happening. So yeah. Also, I thank you again for subscribing. I'm gonna look out for your comments on my video. I'm gonna try to do like a community post to find out, especially like a post for like moms, to find out like different topics the moms would be interested in. Yeah, so yeah, and you can comment on that as well. But I really appreciate you being on. I just want to just reiterate the three things that we talked about earlier on in the live, and we talk about self-compassion. And well, having self-compassion, guys, it is very important on your journey to be kind to yourself. So there's the three components. When you be kind to yourself, um basically self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness, and these are the three things that is going to transform your life. When it comes to self compassion. But I do want to say thank you guys for stopping by, and I really appreciate it. For those of you who haven't subscribed, go ahead and join. This is me, my nickname, Queenie. You can call me Queenie. I really appreciate it. And share this with anyone who you think that this would help. I go live every day, Monday to Friday, not on the weekends. But thank you again for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I would see you on Monday. Again, thank you, brother, for even making that comment. That don't You don't understand how much that comment meant, because just being able to say it out, it just shows the progress. You have no idea. It just shows the progress, because a lot of people cannot admit that. So again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I will see you guys on Monday.